She was magnetic, warm, not a trace of pretense, a good politician. She knew everybody's name, but she connected on a very more substantive basis. She connected with you as a human being. She was interested in you. She asked questions about you. So we developed a kind of bond. The people in the leadership of the Massachusetts campaign bonded with her. We were able to sit down with her and have a lot of informal conversation and to joke about a lot of things. I remember, strangely, Shirley had a very, maybe it wasn't so strange, I take that back, but she had a very cordial relationship with Wilbur Mills, who was a leader, one of the major, I think maybe it was the Ways and Means Committee. It was a very powerful committee of Congress. And Wilbur Mills got into a scandal with Fanny Fox, was it? Fanny Fox, who was skinny dipping in one of the one of the fountains in D.C. And I remember, though, she was a strong advocate at the time, actually. McGovern, maybe he should have done it, except he would have been in trouble with that too, taking Wilbur Mills on as his vice president, because he took Singleton, who it turned out, unfortunately, had a history of depression, and they didn't stand up for this guy, which was wrong, and that hurt him, and eventually took Shriver. But Shirley was, and we called her Shirley. There was, again, not a trace of pretense. On the issues, when we talked issues, the questions that we were concerned about, first and foremost, Vietnam, of course, civil rights, economic issues, we were all in sync. We had absolutely no question. She was forthright, she was clear, she was consistent, and she was principled. And so much so that at one point she did some campaigning in Massachusetts, and I was, at that time, I don't think I was chairing the history department. I was a member of the history department. And I arranged for Shirley, because it's a women's college to begin with, to have a rally on campus. We thought that she'd come and spend a few minutes. The next thing I know, the president of the college, who people had, as it goes with college presidents, had lots of complaints about. But in this instance, at least, and a number of others, he behaved very, very decently. He said, no, let's have a real rally. They spent some money and they put up a big podium in the quadrangle there, the student housing. They put up flags and banners, and they had a full-fledged rally, and they had him, and they had me introduce Shirley, and they had the president say a few words, which was really something. As a matter of fact, sometime later, probably, I guess maybe 3 or 4 years after the 72 campaign, the administration at Simmons came to me and said, would you get in touch with Representative Chisholm? We'd like her to be our commencement speaker, and we'd like to give her an honorary degree. And we arranged that.